How's everybody doing today? This is TheStormPow, and I'm here to continue up on school days. And I wasn't really planning on making this kind of video, because I was planning on making the junior year videos by semester. But it's not the end of the second semester quite yet of my junior year. So how am I making a video, you ask? Well, I'm actually going to make one of the first half of this second semester. Now, for those of you who aren't in high school or college or anything, that may sound a little confusing. But basically, there are 2 semesters in a school year. You know, like one semester is before Christmas break, the other one is after Christmas break, basically. And each semester is split into little periods that really don't have a name. So they just call them grading periods or whatever. There are about 9 weeks at my school, so anyway, the first 9-week period of the semester is done, and I honestly feel like there's enough content to make a video about this, just this half of the semester. So then there's going to be one more video after this one about junior year, and then we'll go on to senior year, which I don't know how many videos I'll make of that. Depends on how much stuff happens, how many times I feel the need to split it into videos. But anyway, enough rambling about the format of this video. What has happened this first half of the second semester? Sorry, but I have to think about that when I say it. It's from January to March, basically, if that helps you at all. Anyway, but what has happened is quite a bit, actually. So my schedule for this has been, I have a dual enrollment, which is basically college classes in high school where, you know, you can get college credits, college hours, and everything. My first block, they kind of split it up. Like Mondays and Wednesdays, I have American history, which is the hardest class I have like ever taken, just about. I'll get into that more in a minute. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have psychology, which was quite the opposite, a very easy class with this teacher anyway. Excuse me. Then second block, I would go on to advanced chemistry. You know, no big deal. Third block, I go on to advanced English 3, which with that flighty drama / English teacher, which was pretty difficult of a class because it's a lot of literature. And as good of a writer as I have been told I am, which I'm not even trying to brag, I'm just saying, as good of a writer as I've been told I am, I have very low reading comprehension skill, so literature has never been exactly my forte. I'm a huge grammar nerd. Like, I can rip a paper a new butthole, but, you know, I'm not too good when it comes to grammar and all that stuff. Anyway, fourth block was drama, which is going to play a big role, as drama class typically does. So, basically what had happened at this point is, you know, you guys know what happened with Angel and Becca. You know, things weren't going too well in the girly girl department with me and all that stuff. But things kind of actually started to turn around here. And there's a big plot twist at the end of this that I want you guys to stay... you know, and I know I say plot like it's made up, but it's really not. I promise this is all 100% legit. But it was a big twist that I honestly think will make for a good ending of a video. But anyway, in drama class, you know, there were mostly people that I had already known, but there were a few new people. There was one freshman girl named Katie, and I kind of thought she was pretty. I was like, you know, she's kind of pretty, but there was something about her that made me really want to get to know her. Like, I honestly have no clue what it was, but, like, there was something that told me she's more than a pretty face. Like, it was, I don't know what it was, and I still to this day am not sure, but there was something that really made me want to get to know her. Like, you know when you see a pretty girl and you're like, huh, I should probably go get their number. It wasn't like that. It was like, you see a pretty girl and you're like, something tells me that she is, like, really freaking cool. Like, I didn't know a thing about her other than her name, but yet I was like, I think she could be really freaking awesome. So, I didn't have really the guts to talk to her, though, you know. Even though she's not, like, insanely out of my league or anything like that, you know, it's not like that. It wasn't like there were tons of guys chasing after her or anything. It was just, she was just kind of this smart girl, like in this one end of the drama room that I had never really talked to, and I was like, I should really talk to her. She's in drama class, so she's probably outgoing and likes making friends, but I could screw it up, you know. It's like, you know that feeling. All guys know that feeling, you know. I never really exactly got the guts to do that, so well, what I did that was definitely the chicken way out of this, I went on Instagram and I made a post, like, hit me up, man. Here's my phone number and here's my Kik. You know, which Kik is like an app that people use to chat. It's like texting, but it's not texting. But anyway, so and I knew that she would look at it because she's like always on Instagram and stuff, and she always likes like everything that I put, which for the record, she likes pretty much everything that everyone puts up. She's one of those people. But anyway, I was like, she is going to see this, and if she is at least remotely interested in me, then she will get my number off that and text me, because it's like, I can't just walk up to a random girl and be like, hey, I want to get to know you sometime, but we only have this class together, so can I just get your number, you know? And she likes the post, and I'm like, yes, you know, so I'm just sitting there waiting at my phone, nothing. No texts back from her or anything, and I'm like, oh, well, that's just a freaking buzzkill. And so about 3 hours later, she finally texts me that night, and I'm like, sweet, so we just get to talking, and we hit it off, like, almost instantly. Like, within about 2 or 3 days of us even getting to know each other, we were both kind of, like, talking about, you know, liking each other and all that stuff. And, because I think it was the first or second night that we were texting, she was like, you know, hey, can I have a picture of you for my contact in my phone? And I was like, sure. I sent her one. She was like, oh, thanks. By the way, I just want to say, like, I don't want to sound weird or anything, but you're, like, really cute, you know? And that's what she's told me now. She was like, she said that even before she even knew she would ever start talking to me, she had told some of her friends, she was like, yeah, Darren's kind of cute, you know? Because that's how girls are. I know a lot of guys, myself included, think or thought, in my case, that girls really don't talk about guys that much. Girls are, in some cases, more talkative about the other sex than guys are. Guys have other things on their minds sometimes, but I don't know. I'm just kind of joking and I'm stereotyping, so please no one get offended at that, but I'm just saying. Girls actually do talk about guys quite a bit, and as soon as I got into drama class, apparently, all the girls kind of huddled together. Oh, so are there any cute guys in here that you all see? Well, he's taken, he's fat, he's ugly, well, he's okay, he's cute, he's fat, you know, stuff like that. That's basically what'll go on in about any class, as I soon found out. But, you know, basically we have really been doing well together. We're an official boyfriend-girlfriend couple and everything. We have been for a month now. It's pretty freaking awesome. We're going really well. And I'm going to talk about something else in a little bit, but, you know, things are actually going really well. I got my first kiss from her, and yes, I know that that's really weird. First kiss, 16 years old, junior year. That, like, never happens ever, and I feel like such a lame person for saying that it took me 16 years to get my first kiss, but it did, you know? I never got it with Angel because we really didn't stay together that long, and it was kind of, it was awkward since she was one of my best friends. Becca, I barely got to see at all because she lived kind of far away, and, you know, things didn't work out with her, as you guys know, and really, excuse me, my whole life I had been a little too picky with girls, and I didn't even want to try dating until I was about 16 and I could drive, because around here, 16 is old enough to get your driver's license, which is cool. You know, so I didn't really see that much of a point in dating until I got to be 16. So once I turned 16, started going through girls a little bit more. I started throwing myself out there to find dates a little bit more. And that's basically all that happened. But yeah, 16 years old and I got my first kiss. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm probably going to make another video entirely about the first kiss, because I know that that's a huge story that people tell, you know, about, oh, this was my first kiss and all that stuff. But yeah, and anything else that happened, I'm trying to think. It's just anything before I get to this big kind of cliffhanger ending that I've got here. But I tried to drop the history class because it was really difficult, and they won't let me drop it because the teacher was like, Darren, you're one of the brightest people in this class. And I was like, I have never read any of the chapters, which was really ironic because she specifically asked me, she's like, when we discuss the chapters, you always have something to bring to the table. And I'm just like, no, I'm really good at BSing. That's it. And then she's like, you know, what else did she say? What else did she say? I don't know, but that teacher is an old hag, and I didn't do so well this first half of the semester anyway. I made a C in chemistry, mainly because of my final, because I had a B, but then I made like a 50 on the midterm, so that dropped me down to like an 82 or something, which is a C by a few points around here. So had a C in that, have a C in English, which I'm surprised it was a C and not a D, because I was doing awful in that literature. We had to read the Scarlet Letter and the Crucible at the same time, as well as doing other junk. So I'm kind of surprised that I made a C, so I'm okay with that. You know, Psychology, I'm not sure what I made. I think we only had 2 grades in that class the entire time. One of which was a 110 on a test. The other one was like a 55 on a test because I didn't study for that second one. And I did study for the first one. So I don't know what I made on that. Drama, I should have an A in there because that's a pretty easy A class, you know. We're doing a play about gangsters in the 20s called Ain't She Sweet, and I get to play as Pretty Baby Schnurd, which is like this goofy-ass, borderline mentally challenged gangster, and I get to wear a bow tie, and it's pretty cool. Like, and we're from Chicago, so I get to talk like this. And one of my lines is like, I'm trying to think about one of my lines. It's like something real stupid, you know. I'm trying to think. How could these things hurt anybody? I don't know, it's just stuff like that, you know. I get a nice accent, and I'm going to be able to tell you guys about how that play went, I guess, in the next video, because we're still in the process of rehearsals and all that junk, you know. I'm trying to think if anything important happened with my friends, because usually you guys like to know about Wyatt and Chase and Jesse, and maybe even Naomi a little bit, you know, you guys like to know about all that. Trying to think of anything, really. Not a whole lot in particular happened, but I will say this now as that big cliffhanger ending that I have hyped this up for. This actually happened several days before recording this video, and this is what made me decide that I want to make a video about this, is I was on Facebook talking to Angel a few days ago, and what had happened is we were talking about her new boyfriend and my new girlfriend and everything, and she was like, yeah, you know, I don't quite feel love for him yet and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's understandable. You guys haven't been dating that long or whatever, you know. She was like, I've only came close to loving one other guy, but I fucked it up, is what she said. And I was like, well, I don't mean to pry or anything because I didn't want to get into her business, but I was like, who is that guy or whatever, you know, because I was going to be a good friend and talk to her about it. And she says, it was me.